Hi, my name is Tunde Ademuyiwa. I'm the co-founder and CEO of MiniBar. Before MiniBar, we were running Jump and Pass, which was a mobile self-checkout platform for retail stores, where you could go into a retail store, bring out your mobile phone, scan product barcodes, make payments, and simply walk out. Now, we spent about 1 year building Jump and Pass. We got to about 50 retail stores. Then we quickly realized that we're in a small market in Africa, and we decided to take our product to the US. Now, in the US, we realized that the sales cycle for retail is really long. And we said, hey, instead of us chasing retail stores, why don't we start to create our own retail stores in Airbnbs? And that's what gave birth to MiniBar. And basically, MiniBar is an operating system that allows every Airbnb host to have a supermarket in their Airbnbs. Now, the original idea around Airbnb was, hey, we convert your space to a hotel. Now, MiniBar is saying, convert your Airbnbs into retail stores. For MiniBar, our focus is property managers. And the idea is once you have the property managers, you have all the properties. And within just 3 weeks of launching, we've landed 605 Airbnb hosts across the US, Mexico, Barcelona, Italy, and Nigeria. And what we have basically built is a self-monitoring system that makes it possible for every Airbnb host to stock their house with whatever products they want to sell to their guests. So they get to make more money from the guests booking, and they make extra money from the things they sell to the guests. All of this just to give them a perfect holiday experience. Now, for MiniBar, we have created trust with the hosts and the guests. You see, when you go into a hotel, there's always like some hotels have minibars where you can literally pick things, but it's clouded in secrecy because sometimes you don't even know how much these things cost, and they charge your card afterwards. But with minibar, you can if the host will set the price, and the guests, all they need to do is scan the QR code of the product, they get the price, they make payment and walk out. Now, once they make payment, the host also realizes that, hey, the bottle of Coca just been bought for my property. So there's full transparency. And with that transparency brings trust from both parties. So the entire concept of minibar is usually a high price, high margin ecosystem where property owners are able to charge a premium for the convenience they offer to their guests. Now, because of that, we just take a commission, which is just a tiny bit of whatever it is that they get. So with that, we get perfect, very good unit economics, where it's easy for us to make sizable income, from every single transaction. So for us, is we only make money when they sell. So the ones they sell, we make our money, and that way we can charge a decent commission. Okay, so we got into Texas about a year ago in Lagos, and it really helped when we launched Jump and Pass. It really gave us a good, it gave us validation, right, in the Nigerian ecosystem and also across Africa, and it allowed us to launch and scale. And we got to about 50 retail stores. So Texas was really fantastic. It really helped us, give us global visibility. And it also gave us international status because, hey, now we could live and work in the US because of our Texas affiliation. And that's really helped us in launching in the US because of our affiliation with Texas. So one exciting thing about where we're building at MiniBar is that we have granular insight into every consumer good. Now, every consumer good has got a barcode. So with that barcode, the barcode is the identifier of every consumer good. Now, at scale, we'll have multiple retail stores in Airbnbs, and there are over 7 million Airbnbs in the world today. So imagine at scale, imagine having 1 million Airbnbs with MiniBar. What you're going to see is we have granular insight into 1 million retail stores. That's basically how it's going to be. And with this granular insight, the role of data analytics is incredible, right? We can tell what's hot, what's selling, what brands should be making, and what even the consumer patterns. We can do all kinds of analytics with that granular data. So, MiniBar first and foremost was built by Nigerians and is serving the world. And it's our greatest joy that this product that was built by Nigerians in Nigeria has been built for the world. And we believe as we scale Africa, right? We scale Africa because every single talent, right, that has built this was locally was our local talent, born and bred. I'm a co-founder. We're all Nigerians, and everyone on the team is a Nigerian. So now our success in the global market is definitely going to have a cascading effect on the entire team, and of course that helps. And I think that's some sort of inspirational capital for the ecosystem because you believe that you can build a product in Nigeria that can actually serve the world. So in retail, it's a very fickle fickle market where there's no further evidence that the market is always right. We on like retail. Retail is the fastest will I say fastest ecosystem that you can use to know how well a market is doing. Once retail is not doing well, you know that the market is not doing well, right? So retail is like a signal. So with retail, if you can win with retail, you can win across any market. And once you can understand that retail is a very price sensitive industry, right? You are more aware on the sensitivity of pricing, right, across any product you want to launch in Africa or any other developing country in the world today, right? Once you can win out with retail, then you know that you can understand in a granular way what the market will feel like at scale. So partnerships are usually born out of curiosity and trust. Now, curiosity because hey, if I you have a solution that helps a retail chain, they are already happy because you're going to add value for them. Now, once you get in there, the excellence, the effectiveness of your solution is what gives them further trust. And for us, for the likes of Just Try, what they really like was that we had a real solution for their own problems, which was long lines. And we were able to build a solution that helped them in real time, and they could see the effects, across all their stores that we operated in. Patience, right? You have to be patient because sometimes you are ahead of the curve. You are very quick to the market. Sometimes when you build something that is new, right, you're gonna have all those teething challenges. You're gonna have the first one because you're typically gonna have the first move advantage, but the first mover advantage also comes with its own disadvantage. So you must be ready to be patient for the market to really take into your product. And hey, as much as possible, don't burn too much cash because you're gonna need that money. Retail tech as a whole still has a lot of development cycles because retail is a very complex industry to work in. It's very the margins are really very small, right? And so whatever you do in Africa, you have to think of the pricing. Now, down the line, as Africa scales its retail sector, in fact, Africa can only scale its retail sector along with scaling the earning power of the society. So if the society is not earning much, you can have it. There's no retail if the society is not earning well. So it's a question of, hey, are we preparing our technology for the growing earning power of our people? As long as they start to earn more, the retail market starts to do better. At some point, there's some form of parity where you can match the growth in the industry with the tech that can support it. Because sometimes you can build technology that is way ahead of the market that might not work in Africa. But what I always say is, if it doesn't work in Africa, it can work elsewhere. So always be ready to make that move to change whatever is not working in Africa because if whatever you launch in Africa because you are too early, right? Always think of doing another market apart from Africa. So for founders to adapt into market changes, first you must be ready to unlearn everything you learned in one market. Every market is different. Now, when you as a founder, you go into a new market, go into that market with humility. Don't go with any assumptions. Question everything. Go there and be open-minded enough that you are ready to make a pivot if what you are building does not suit a particular market. Now, as long as you have that drive, you have that belief, and you have a market that can buy what you want to sell, then be ready to make those changes. As much as possible, be flexible. Flexible approach, focus on your goal, but be flexible in approach.